Hola, Misha amigos. How are you? My name is Emily Expo. I'm the redheaded mascot of the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo. There's like a totally awesome Castiel cosplayer over there. That's fantastic. Well done. All right, guys, put your hands together. Mishie Collinzaa. Welcome. Have a seat, or do you want to stand?
So we're not going to share a chair?
Is that what you want to do? We can share.
Here's your phone back.
Oh, thank you.
I like the bidding war that just started here. Aha, most. You can't top most, suckers. Moster. Pardon me? Infinity. All right. Okay, all right. Now it's getting ugly. Settle down. What happened up here? Did somebody fart it toward the front? Because there's like this big... Nobody's sitting right there. What? Oh, VIPs. Yes, yes. This is for the imaginary VIPs. I see. The VIPs and their imaginary friends. Hi, guys. I'm sorry for talking about you like that.
So last time I saw you, it was Seattle's Emerald City Comic Con when you were stalking me. And what you been up to since? How are you doing?
When was that?
It was in March.
March. Since then, we have finished shooting the season of Supernatural. It's a TV show that
Nobody here likes that show, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a little TV show.
No idea.
And we're done. I finished on Monday. What? Oh, okay. Finished shooting on Monday, and it was a very eventful end of the season. A lot happened. I'm not going to tell you any of it, but it was exciting. And now everybody's on break and gearing up for next year, which is going to be another season of Supernatural. Yes.
There's clearly a lot of people here to see you. Last year you came to the Edmonton show. You're in Calgary. Were you expecting a turnout like this here in Calgary for you?
No, I figured that if anyone came in Edmonton, that would sort of satisfy the appetite of Canadians in the western portion of the country, but apparently not. Yeah, it's not quite what I expected, I have to say. I sort of thought, you hear stories about Calgary, and I sort of assumed, I knew that we were going to be in the corral, so I kind of thought we would be doing a little bit of rodeo stuff in here. A little disappointed that there will be no wrangling of bulls in here. Do we clear out the chairs? How does that work? Is there livestock backstage?
Yes, actually.
Okay, great.
We use Febreze.
Got it.
And you can't smell it.
Yeah, it smells nice in here. You smell great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is all me.
Yeah.
That's Emily.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. I have my own set.
Bottle it. It's very nice.
So I know you guys have your questions. We've got some stationary mics up and around there. Where are you guys? There you are. Okay. Hey, and it's the person in the trench coat, because there's nobody else in trench coats in this room.
There's a person with a trench coat on my left and a man holding a broom on my right. No, not a broom. What is that? I can't quite see, but I know that it's not a baseball bat.
Oh.
Is it a broom?
Quidditch from Harry Potter.
Aha! From a thing about people. Yes! Ah! Great! You're a little witch. Fantastic. Hi.
What's the question?
Okay, so on your latest episode with Cooking with Wes, you called marshmallows popcorn. So what do you call popcorn?
What do I call popcorn? Marshmallows. My son and I are trying to break into the reality television world, and we've been shooting this sort of documentary series of cooking shows. And my son is 2, and he's not quite up on the ingredients yet. So he insisted that we put popcorn in the last meal that we cooked, but popcorn was actually marshmallows, and it was a mess. That meal was disgusting. It was disgusting. I had to eat a sautéed watermelon rind with unshelled peanuts. This is what happens when your 2-year-old decides what goes into the pan. So there you go. Hi, yes, my witch, how are you?
I was just wondering, how come an angel that can travel through time and space is riding on a bus?
How come a grown man is riding on a broom? I mean, we could sit here all day and, volley these questions back and forth. I have to say, an episode recently ended with Castiel, the angel who is able to travel through time and teleport at will, sitting on a bus. And it was a bit incongruous, I thought. I thought, well, this is, I think, just for dramatic effect. I think they wanted to end the show with a dramatic crane shot showing a bus moving across the landscape, and they couldn't figure out how to do that, so they put me on the bus, basically. Sometimes you have to sacrifice story for the visual elements of the show, and that's what happened there. It's something I can guarantee you that in future episodes, the whole bus thing doesn't get paid off at all. It is completely irrelevant.
Write some fan fiction about it, and that'll solve the whole issue.
Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. Some slash fiction about Cass and maybe the tailpipe of the bus. Hi.
Hi, welcome to Calgary.
Thank you very much.
I was wondering, how would you compare working on Supernatural to working on another show like 24 or something like that?
There's less teleporting on 24, a lot less. To be perfectly honest with you, I enjoy working on Supernatural more. Don't tell any of the 24 people I said that, but I hated working with them. Supernatural is a really fun place to go to work. So even though the production value is pretty lousy on Supernatural and the acting is terrible, it's at least a fun place to go to work. It's an unusual place. A lot of times we'll have guest stars come work on the show for a week, and there's this, I don't know where this ritual evolved in television and film production, but basically when an actor finishes their shoot, when it's the last scene that an actor is working on a show, the first AD announces, and that's a show wrap for guest star X, and everyone applauds and sort of takes a moment to sort of applaud them off the show. And they do that on all TV shows. But on Supernatural, every time that happens, the guest star usually is like, and I just want to say something. This has been an amazing crew, so welcoming, so warm, the best crew I've ever, it happens over and over again that people say that, and it really is true. It's the best crew I've ever worked with. It's a great place to work. Jared and Jensen are assholes, and that we have to sort of temper our enthusiasm with that, but the rest of the crew is great, and it's a great place to work. So that's a long-winded answer to your question. Are you from Calgary, sir?
Yes, I am.
So is it true, all of the cowboy stuff and all? That's a big part of Calgary, right?
Yeah. More than you know.
Really? Are you a cowboy?
No, sir, but I aspire to be one.
You do? Have you, do you ever try to wrangle bulls or anything like that? I mean, when you're aspiring to be a cowboy, don't you have to practice a little bit?
Not barehanded.
Not barehanded. No, just with gloves on. That's all. That's the only way I do it. I put on my little rubber gloves and then I tackle a cow. Okay, great. Good talking to you.
I was going to ask you that question about 24 in your supernatural panel, but apparently we've taken care of that now.
Hey, were Mitch or Mark on 24 too?
Yeah, Mitch was. That's why I was going to be like, compare 24 to supernatural.
Well, none of these people are going to be in that panel too. You can ask the same question.
Okay, all right. You guys just forget what you heard.
If anyone does go to that panel as well, just cover your ears, because it's a good question.
Okay, it'll be fine.
Hello, Mr. Mishra Collins. I was wondering what your favorite kind of tropical fish is.
First of all, I want to thank you for using the proper term of address with me. So few people include the Mr., and I appreciate that, partly because when I check into hotels, people usually think that I'm a woman. Like, and who is this Misha? Where is she? And what was the question? Oh, seahorse. Seahorse. It's a fish. I know it looks like a horse, but it's a fish. I've actually been hunting for seahorses in the wild for some time, and they're very difficult to find. I don't know if you know this, because they hide under the leaves of kelp, and they blend in quite nicely. So,
They're very difficult to keep.
oh, they're a nightmare to keep, and you really shouldn't try to keep them because you'll kill them.
Yeah, they'll die.
I've
Don't
done
do
that before. I've killed them. I had a tank, a saltwater tank. I don't know why I got this, because it's not the kind of thing that I do, but for some reason I got a fish tank. Oh, because my wife wanted a seahorse. And so I got a little saltwater tank that's like this big, and got a seahorse and a couple of other things. The seahorse looked very tired all the time, and then was growing increasingly exhausted over time, and then disappeared. And this was perplexing. The other fish disappeared as well, and
Did you have a big crab in there that
no,
you
there was
know
no
about?
big crab. There was no, it didn't make sense. And then one day I decided to move the fish tank because it was just in the way. And I have these lockers in my kitchen that are about this high. And so I picked up the tank with the water in it. There was a little tiny lobster in it, like a mini lobster about this big, and there was something else still in there. And I picked it up and I got it to right here, and I realized that I wasn't strong enough to get it up there. And I was now like holding it, sort of starting to shake, and I realized that I wasn't strong enough to put it back down either. Like, if all I could do was hold it like this. And so I was like, somebody help. And I was trying to like drag a chair over so I could maybe climb up. And eventually my arms failed and I dropped the whole thing on the floor. But it was a long process before I dropped it on the floor. And this eel, like 10 inches long, swam across the kitchen floor and that had eaten my seahorse. And it was going like this with teeth, and it was really gross. You didn't ask about that, but that's what you got.
It came in on your live rock?
What's that?
It just came in on your live rock when you set up your tank? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
it must have. You know about this kind of parasitic invader thing, don't you?
Yeah, so did you use like a sump or a canister filter for your filtration?
Yes, I was dealing with some. Do you have a saltwater tank?
I do not, but I used to work at an aquarium.
You did? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, an aquarium, not an aquarium store, but like
It was an aquarium
science
store,
center?
but it specialized in saltwater stuff.
All of the aquarium stores in my area in Los Angeles are mafia front stores.
Oh,
Yes. There's like 2 fish in there, and some, guy behind the desk was like, "What do you want in here?" So, yeah, they're money laundering tropical fish operations. Was that what yours was?
no.
It was.
That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. Over here, yeah.
Goodbye, miss.